Nuke, are you ready to sell today?
I was born ready to sell, Leos.
Let's go get someone. Let's find someone. Sir!
Yes.
Do you know what a nucleus is?
I have no idea what a nucleus is.
Let us show you then.
Welcome to Nuclei Mania! Today we are going to talk to you about the nucleus.
I'm Nuke.
And I'm Elias. Come, take a closer look.
Come on, let's go. Nucleus time. Dive right in.
Here, we are diving deeper into the cell. We begin by viewing a bunch of cells to progressing towards a single cell. Now, you could have a cytoplasm or a mitochondria or anything else for that matter. However, without the nucleus, they wouldn't even be able to function.
So what's the point? Having trouble choosing? Let us show you what we can do.
We've been working in the nucleus business for many years now, so know exactly what we're talking about. Let me tell you a few things about us. We're 5 micrometers wide and have a nucleolus in the center of us, in every eukaryotic cell. We also have many layers that provide for different functions.
In the center of us is a nucleolus. The nucleolus is the tightly packed portion within us, and it forms the adjoining part of the chromatin, which contains the genetic information within your cells. Cool fact, during reproduction, our nucleolus disappears. In the nucleolus, a special type of RNA called ribosomal RNA is synthesized and assembled with proteins. These proteins are imported from the cytoplasm into the main components of ribosomes, called ribosomal subunits. So basically, we contain your DNA, which separates you from the person sitting next to you, from the person across from you, and even from the person tanning on a beach in California while you're sitting in biology class.
Aren't we fascinating?
Why, yes. I think we are different than the rest. Ha ha ha. Get it? Because our DNA is what separates us from everybody else.
Yes, and each nucleus has over 2 meters of DNA in it. The DNA is organized into certain proteins, into specific fibrous materials, also known as chromatin. As the cell prepares for reproduction, the thin chromatin fibers condense, becoming thick enough to become separate structures known as chromosomes.
Each eukaryotic species has a characteristic number of chromosomes that contains the code for every single process that occurs within the cell. Also, sex cells, whether it be eggs or sperm, contain 23 chromosomes. However, this number is doubled when the two cells join together, forming a cell with a total of 46 chromosomes.
The nucleolus produces the ribosomes, which then continue to carry out protein synthesis. Also, RNA and ribosomes are made inside of me. I also contain the code that tells the cytoplasm and other areas of the cell what processes to go through, since every single strand of my DNA is made up of a different sequence of amino acids, and it is these amino acids that tell the other areas what processes to go through. If even one of these amino acids is different, the whole process can be wrong. These other chemical reactions are necessary to sustain life and function properly and break down the other substances.
Why, yes, the nucleus is so important. If you did not have the nucleus, the DNA would just be floating around somewhere out there in the cytoplasm, like in the prokaryotic cells, and you definitely don't want that. Why would you want to be a bacteria cell when you can be a human and achieve so much more, like watching this commercial or even studying for the upcoming Chapter 7 organelle test?
And yes, now that everybody knows a little bit about the inside of us, why don't you tell them about our outside?
Okay. So, as she is the nucleus, on the purple circles represent the nuclear pores, and the yellow dots represent the ribosomes, as the space around them represents the outer nuclear membrane. As you can see, there is a nuclear envelope forming the outside of the nucleus. The nuclear envelope is a double membrane made of a lipid bilayer, which are separated by a 20 to 40 nanometer space. There is an inner and outer nuclear membrane and a space between the two. The inside membrane is known as the nuclear lamina. The nuclear lamina is a net-like array of protein filaments that maintains the shape of us. The outside of the nuclear envelope has many pores around 100 nanometers in diameter each that are lined with a pore complex made of an intricate protein structure. Each pore regulates the entry and exit of certain large macromolecules and particles, such as carbohydrates, lipids, and proteins. The ribosomal subunits that pass through the nuclear pores into the cytoplasm where they can then combine to form ribosomes. The nucleus actually directs protein synthesis by synthesizing messenger RNA, also known as mRNA, and sending it to the cytoplasm through the nuclear pores.
Yes, that nuclear envelope does protect me from the rest of the cell in the nasty cytoplasm, which we all know won't even let me move around because it's so bossy. Who would want to buy that?
I know that I would never want to buy that.
No. But you may be wondering, why choose the nucleus? Yes, we do have a fascinating structure, produce proteins, and contain the DNA. But why is all that so special?
First off, I do not know why anyone would not think that we are so great. We have only been known for over 100 years, when we were discovered in 1831 by Robert Brown. Also, fun fact, slime molds have over 1 million nuclei. So, picture like 500 times nuke and I. That's crazy. But in case not, we are responsible for your function. Without us, you would not be alive. Wait a sec, where's Nuke? She lost her nucleus! But, since she is alive, she allows the cell and the human to function properly, such as this. This is us functioning properly in the cell.
So, if you want to be able to dance around and live a happy lifestyle,
buy a nucleus today! As a special way to thank our viewers for watching our commercial, everyone in the audience is going to receive 2 free nuclei to go home and preview and enjoy. However, if you are interested in purchasing your own nucleus, then please feel free to call us at 1-800-NUCLEUS or 1-800-862-5837.
each nucleus is only 10% of the cell's entire cost, for a total of $10, as it's 10% of the cell's weight. Shipping and handling is only $4.60 per nucleus, as there are 46 chromosomes.
Due to popular demand, if you call within the next 2 minutes, we will waive your shipping and handling fee. Thank you for watching Nuclei Mania, where you come alive.
The nucleus has been linked to many diseases since it contains the code for the genetic information of the cell. These diseases include, but are not limited to, hemophilia, Huntington's disease, and sickle cell disease. In hemophilia, there is an inability of blood to clot, preventing an injury or wound from stopping bleeding. There are 2 types. Type A, which is caused by not having factor VIII, one of the proteins that causes blood to clot, and type B, caused by not having factor IX, a type of gene. It is more likely in boys, but girls will receive hemophilia if both the genes from their mother and father have the trait for hemophilia. There's a 20% chance, though, that you could receive hemophilia by the mutation of a gene. Huntington's disease is a type of brain disorder that damages nerve cells in the brain, causing the areas to deteriorate, making the person lose the ability to walk or think. It is caused by a mutation in chromosome 4, which produces a larger Huntington protein than normal. A person has only a 50% chance of acquiring the disease if one of their parents has the disease. However, there are a few cases where someone develops Huntington's disease because of a gene mutation. Sometimes the person may die, though, before the disease has effects on them. Sickle cell disease, which affects hemoglobin, the protein in the blood that delivers oxygen. People with this disease have a low red blood cell number, an incorrect shape of red blood cells, such as a crescent shape, and feel different amounts of pain. It is caused by a mutation in the HBB gene, which causes a beta globin in the hemoglobin to be replaced by the hemoglobin S. This is just a short list of diseases that are linked to the nucleus. Don't worry though, we only give out the best nuclei that we believe are functioning properly. However, please consult a doctor before implementing the nucleus into your body or if pain is experienced. Nuclei Mania is not responsible for any injuries or illnesses associated with nuclei purchases through them. Thank you.
Buy your own nucleus. Buy your own nucleus. You can only see the nucleus. I chose to stand out now. Cells with their nuclei. We are the brain in a cell. You have a membrane, I see, a vision of protection. When a cell holds me, I'm alive. We are the brain in a cell.